Here with we're here with Gary Trent Jr. at the USA Basketball Under-16 Training Camp, Colorado Springs. Gary, how's Colorado treating you?
Oh man, it's been great, man. You come out here and you play with great competition day in and day out, and I'm blessed and I'm grateful I had the opportunity to come out here and play.
What's it like being in a setting like this where you don't know if you're going to make the roster or you need to really prove yourself?
Yeah, it's funny. When you do that, you have to do the little things, such as in diving for loose balls, hustling, grabbing rebounds, playing great defense. Everybody gets invited here because they can put the ball through the hoop and score. So you gotta separate yourself from the crowd.
What do you feel like you've done out here? How do you think you've fared so far?
I felt I've done pretty good. I'm usually when we do run in from losing and stuff like that, I just try to come in first and try to be a leader and just clap everybody on and just push everybody.
For people that are watching this video that might not know you too well, what can you tell us about yourself as a player?
I'm all around. I like to say I'm an all-around player. But a lot of people say I'm great at scoring. I can score from all levels of the floor, and I can play pretty decent defense at the end as well too.
How good of a ball handler and shot creator are you?
I'm pretty good. I can say I can get my shot anytime I really want, but my ball handle is okay, but I can get it much better. You can always improve, so that's something I could really work on.
Something that we noticed here that's a little bit different than other guys was you really, even though you're a guard, you like to play with your back to the basket. You like to take guys down to the low post. Is that something that's always been in your game? What have you been working on that?
Oh yeah, that's just a gratitude to the hard work I've put in the gym. I didn't want to just be a person that can only score on the perimeter. I wanted to score from my back to the basket as well. So if I go in there, I can jab, step, up and under, and just little things like that. So I work on all phases of my game.
Why do you think we're seeing so many second-generation NBA players thriving? We see guys like Steph Curry, like Klay Thompson. It's really becoming a trend in the NBA right now. What is it about being a second-generation NBA player that makes it easier, maybe?
It could simply just growing up and being around that environment and seeing the success and the fame that came with it, and it could really steer the person's child into doing that, and that's what it did for me.
How big of a role did your dad play in your basketball development?
Oh man, every shot, every step back, every dribble move, every move I do is from him. Started at the age of 5, and we've been rolling ever since.
He was known as more of a low post guy, while you're more of a perimeter-oriented shooting guard. Did he instill that in you? Where did that shooting ability come from for you?
Just repetition, repetition, and repetition. I say this all the time, and it's funny how he was a big man and he produced a guard. So this really just shows if you work on just shooting repetition, the more and more you do things, the better you'll be at it.
When did you first start getting recognition for your talent in basketball?
Oh, the first time, like my first letter I got, I was in 8th grade, and it was from Ohio State. So after that, I just looked at it and I was like, oh man, if you just keep working hard, you could potentially go to these certain schools in the future, and that's what I've been doing.
When did you start playing and why?
I started playing at the age of 5, and it all started. My dad took me to the track one day and said, "Do you want to play? Let's work on your basketball game." I'm like, okay. I was young, so I didn't really know any better. So I just went there and we drove around. I dribbled around a whole mile. So at every 100 meters, I would do 10 push-ups and 10 sit-ups. So at the end of it, I would have 160 push-ups and 160 sit-ups. So that's how it all started.
Does being the son of such a well-known NBA player, does that put extra pressure on you to be successful?
Not really, not at all. At the end of the day, I'm going to go out there and play as hard as I can, and if that's as good as it is, and that's as good as it has to be.
Thanks so much, man. Best of luck.